Welcome back to the channel. In this series, we break down complex OmniStudio concepts into simple practical insights you will never find else. So, let's get started. So, today's topic would be how to embed an OmniScript inside an LWC component. So, the reason for this to cover is like we find many use cases where you want to launch an OmniScript from an LWC component. Suppose there is a record page and there is a LWC button there, and if we want to launch an OmniScript on a click of a button, so how can we achieve that thing? So for that, let's get started. First, I will create an OmniScript. Let's give the name as edit account. The type, subtype, and everything we can give. So it will start creating an OmniScript, and it will basically create an OmniScript. So here what we are trying to achieve is we will place one LWC component on our account record page, which would be a button, and on the click of the button, this OmniScript data would be prefilled. So for that, let's get started. So first of all, if I am trying to uh, prefill the account data, what I will do is I will put one data wrapper extract action. So what this data wrapper extract will do, it will basically fetch all the accounts from here. So this get accounts data wrapper, I have already created it. So let me show you what simply this thing does is, if you go to the preview, in the extract I am simply fetching that particular account based on the account ID, and in the preview, let's say if I give this account ID, it will simply return me the name of the account. You can fetch as many fields as you want, but for simplicity as of now we are just fetching only one. Okay, so let's get started. So let's give the name as get accounts, and in the field label also I will give as get accounts, right? So the data source would be our context ID, which we would be passing it as a account ID. So what this thing will do is it will take the account ID as a filter value, context ID as a filter value, pass it to the account ID, and from this DR it will fetch this values. So after the values are fetched, let's display those values. So what I will do, as we are trying to create the edit account functionality, let's take this element as a text block. I will give the step name as uh, edit account, and in the label edit account information. So here in the name field, we will be directly mapping this name field here. So what we will do, we will capture this API name and we will directly map it in the text field here so that the data will get pre-filled. So now let's check whether this thing works or not. What I will do is I will copy this from the preview, and okay, let's check in the action debugger. Okay, so in the action debugger we got like the request data is being passed correctly, my account ID is passed, and my data wrapper is returning me the response, which is this one. Now this is a basic thing. Now what we will do is we will try to embed this OmniScript inside an LWC component and try to launch this OmniScript from there, and we will pass the context ID from there. Okay, so let me activate this OmniScript first. And meanwhile, what I will do is I will create a new Lightning Web component. So I am using a Lightning Studio, so you can use the same. Edit account button, and in the master label also you can give the same. And let's say app page, home page, record page. As of now, I am giving this three. Oh, it is giving me one validation that it should start with a camel case. So let's follow the camel case route. Okay. So here what we are doing is we will create one LWC component which will have a button, and inside that LWC component, on the click of the button, the OmniScript will be launched in the modal. Right. So what I have one code ready. I will basically show you what basically we are doing here. So let's say if I paste this code. So basically what this code does is it is simply a lightning card which is the out of the box, and here what I am doing, I am creating one button which is a lightning button, which on the click of that button I will be launching an OmniScript, right? So on the click we will have a function called as open model. So let me show you the JavaScript code for this. So the JavaScript code for this would be like what I have done is simply I have taken the API as a record ID. So why I have taken this is like on the click of the button, we need to pass this record ID as a context ID inside the OmniScript, right? So this is a dummy data which I have pasted as a part of some debug logic. So our logic starts from here. So basically what this open model will do, uh, this open model function, you will be able to find it here. So on the click of this if true would be shown as a true. So basically what this thing will do is it will try to open this OmniScript inside the model. So if you see uh, like the original syntax is C embedded OS English, this is a different OmniScript, right? So let's try to give the name of our OmniScript. So the name of our OmniScript is edit account, right? So let's give as edit account here. So here you have to follow the camel case. So what I will do is I will follow the camel casing, and I will give the name as edit account. And now let's try to deploy this component. So currently in the code base, you are seeing that there are three components. Our LWC is this one. So let's say if you want to embed an OmniScript inside an LWC, what you have to do as soon as you activate uh, the OmniScript, it will deploy its standard runtime compatible LWC in the org. So as soon as the OmniScript gets activated, you can hard reload your Lightning Studio. So your OmniScript will come as an LWC component. So after After the LWC is generated, you can basically embed it as a child component. So let's say even after activating, your LWC component doesn't show up. What you have to do is, after activating, you have to click on this drop down and you have to click on download LWC and download off platform LWC. What it will do is it will explicitly generate an LWC for your OmniScript. So the LWC component saving it is giving me that no module name found. Again, if you see, what I did was I gave the account spelling wrong. I gave it as edit account. So it should be account. So it should be double COUNT. Now let's try to save this. Okay, so now what is it got deployed successfully, which means that our LWC is ready, right? So now in our LWC, what we will try to do is we will try to import the record ID variable. Means we want to make this LWC as a dynamic. So it should be pasted on the account, placed on the account record page, and from there on the click of the button, you would be able to edit an account. Right. So what I am doing is on the click of open model, I am making this show model as true, right? Which will open this OmniScript inside a model. Now, how we will pass the context ID to this OmniScript? So basically, if you want to pass the data from LWC to OmniScript and the embedding, you can simply copy this on how to launch. You can go to the and here you will find the syntax of the embedded, right? That you can simply embed it in this manner. And if you want to pre-fill any data like context ID and other parameters, you can simply do it in this way. So what we are doing is we are simply following this syntax. Okay. So what I have done is I have created a pre-filled data JSON variable. It is basically a getter variable. So if you get this getter, what it will do is it will return a JSON.stringified format. Here you can pass n number of parameters if you want, but as of now we are passing only the context ID. And what will be the context ID? It will be the record ID in our case, which is the out of the box parameter in LWC. So I am simply passing this LWC, I mean this record ID to this OmniScript. So what basically this will do is it will take this record ID, pass it to the OmniScript, and then OmniScript will take it forward that it will receive this context ID and will load the account data. So let's see if this thing goes as per plan. Let's open one of the account. So this is the account, let's say Burlington Textile Corporation America. What I will do is I will go to the edit page, and then whatever the LWC which we created, the name of our LWC is edit account button, right? So I will search directly this LWC here. So I am able to find this LWC. So simply I am going to place it at the record page level, right? So let me save this thing and activate this. Let's see if our LWC pops up here or not. Okay, so here our LWC, let's give some meaningful naming conventions to this. The label would be edit account, and here also let's search where we have given it as a OmniScript model demo. So here also let's give it as a Let's avoid the title as of now. We will only keep a button. Let's try to deploy these changes. Okay, so changes are deployed again. Let me uh, hard refresh it again. So whenever you push any of your LWC changes, what it will do is if you don't hard refresh it, it will simply cache the old code. So that is the reason we have to do a cache clear and hard reload. So now our edit account button is really visible. This makes meaningful sense. So on the click of the button, our OmniScript should launch. The OmniScript would be this edit account. Okay, so let's try this. Yeah. So if you see what it did was on the click of the edit button, it launched our OmniScript inside the model and the context ID which we passed as a pre-filled data. It took this context ID, passed it inside the data raptor. The data raptor returned the query, which is this thing, and showed it here in the readable format. So basically, you can simply edit this, and you can write a saving logic here, like whatever the information gets edited, you can click a save here and put a data raptor load action. We are not doing this as of now. So let's try it on a different account so that it becomes clear that this value is not hard coded and it is dynamic. So let's go to a different account, accounts, and instead of recently viewed, we can go to this edge communications. Here also you will see this edit account button. So let's click on this edit account. So yeah, here you can see this edge communications. So the context ID is being passed dynamically. So this is how you can do the whole communication and make the whole module work end to end as a single thing. And you can directly write the edit logic here with very much less effort. So that's it for today's video. If anyone has any doubts or questions or queries, feel free to ask it in the comment section. I will reply to each and everyone in the comment section. And also, if anyone wants the source code of this, please let me know in the comment section. I will add the source code in the description as well. So, thank you. See you in the next video.